Hello, how are you? Happy Sunday. Let me show you something. Yes, my tongue is purple. I'll tell you that story towards the end. Last week we had a lot of views and a lot of comments. I love that. I like when people get involved. I think this week's discussion is going to be just as important. So let's get to it. Basically, it's if you read the introduction, it's about trying not to reinvent the wheel. And we're going to talk about the box program. Talk about a few different things. And if I remember, I got to tell you about this great Colombian remedy. And lastly, about how I got a purple tongue today. Pretty funny story, but you'll have to wait till the end for that. All right, funny thing happened this week. Anybody that knows me knows I've been selling red peppers for about 30 years. So this week, for the people that don't know, they were absolutely red hot. I very rarely where I can't cover all my regular business, but that was that kind of week between trucks and California ending, Mexico really not starting. There just wasn't enough to go around, so I was stuck. So I have to tell you, I'm not going to say his real name, but it's somebody I do business with, and I thought it was a very good teaching opportunity. And again, I don't have the answers to everything. I can only tell you what Anthony Robbins said. I remember listening to his tapes over 30 years ago. Don't try to reinvent the wheel. What worked for someone else, apply that, and chances are it'll work for you. So I'm not just going to tell you what's worked for me for all these years. Let me start by saying some of the real important things. I never put profits before my word or my character. So if I had to lose money to keep my word or to protect my character, I do it willingly. Okay? Loyalty is everything for me. I've had the same shippers and customers for 25 years. Others have come and gone, but my main shippers and customers I never give, I really don't lose unless I really want to. In other words, if you are not a team player, I really can't use it. If you want to give inspections in red hot markets and stuff like that, it's just not for me. I try to make everyone happy. That's my job. Shippers and receivers, and there usually is a price to do that. I never met a load I could retire on, so I try to do business every day. Those are the foundational elements of me buying and selling over the last 40 years. So if you could take any advice from that and add it to yours, I'm telling you, it's advice worth listening to. Okay, let's get back to our story this week. So the red pepper market this week was anywhere from $22 to $24 FOB. That was the right price, and on 15 pounders. So I have a guy that I do regular business with, and it's the same guy that every year tells me, I need you to take X loads a week. And I love these people, and I tell them, okay, I promise you I'll take 3 loads a week, hook by hook. I'll take 3 loads every week. If you need, if I need you, maybe you'll give me extra one. If you need me, I'm always capable of taking more. Okay. So this week, he gives me peppers, and he wants to charge me $5 over the market. Now, I understand a little bit more of education, learning experience. You have to get as much as you can, right? One of the other attributes of my success, when buyers need salesmen, it's at the top of the market. When salesmen need buyers, it's at the bottom of the market. So whatever I always tried to do, I've never hit the top in the top of a market, and I don't hit the bottom in the bottom of the market. I make sure the customers and the shippers or growers all understand there is a price for everyone, and I'm the last one to make money, but there is a price for everyone to survive. So you don't have to be a hero at $5 over the market when the market is great, because that market is going to turn around one day, and it's going to be and you're going to need a few favors to be called. Now, the same person told me in the course of me negotiating with him that customers have come and gone over the last 4 years. And my answer to him was, maybe you should reevaluate yourself. Because again, like I said, I've had the same shippers for 25 years, and I have the same customers for that long also. So if you're losing customers or losing shippers, you're probably doing something wrong. Again, you can't retire on one load. It's better to do business for 25 years with the same people. So that's my take on buying and selling 101. If you want to have a conversation with me about it, believe me, all the information I give for free. Many of you have called me, emailed me. I'm very easily accessible for anyone that wants any help. If I could be any help, I want to be. The next thing I want to speak about is about the box program. Again, why reinvent the wheel if you don't have to? I only say this because we have another round of the family box program. And any of you who have listened to me for a long time, you know how I feel. I think that the government wasted a lot of time, energy, and money with this program. Farmers sending it to consolidators who have to repack it and put it in boxes and then send it out and then send it to nonprofits. Total waste of time and money. Just give consumers a debit card. They have to use this on fresh food. End of story. Also, for the self-respect part of it, you have families waiting in cars for hours, waiting for a handout. Wouldn't it be nicer and better for that family to go and shop in their neighborhood store? And I don't think it's not. To me, it's demeaning that you have to wait with your kids in the car for hours. I think somebody put a box in your car. Better off you take your kids to a neighborhood store. You go pick out fresh produce, fresh meats, milk, eggs, cheese, and maybe maybe there's an opportunity in that store. I can tell you one thing: the people all online all need help, right? But maybe there's somebody in the store that could help that pay. Maybe there's a job. Maybe there's, what I mean? I just think it's a much, much better way to do it. So we have a new administration. If anybody has any political clout, why don't you let them know that, there's a much, much better way. Again, let's go back several months. Toilet paper was out. Lysol was out. Every item was out. Produce wasn't out. Every store in the country, produce stacked to the ceiling. We have the best supply chain anywhere. Why are we trying to wreck it or try to reinvent the wheel? Because it doesn't have to be reinvented. Again, new administration, debit card, give it to a consumer. They go and buy fresh foods. Can't buy Nike Airs or anything like that. You got to go buy fresh foods with your debit card. That's it. That's family to friends. Paulie version. Okay. What else? Okay. Anybody ever burn their fingers? I'm sorry, you probably can't see. I have to tell you, I'm going to tell you two funny stories, and we'll get into the purple tongue before I go to the market updates. My wife, when I lived in New Jersey, my wife got up at 2 o'clock in the morning every day, made me coffee before I left. Yep, I have an unbelievable wife. But now that I work at home, I'm the one that gets up. I get up early. I don't make her get up because, I work from home now. She has a very fancy cup. It has like a gold handle on it, a gold lip. And the other day, I made the first cup, and I saw that she was making a second cup. She usually doesn't have a second cup, but I saw it was sitting there. So I put it in the microwave, only for 33 seconds. I guess that gold was metal or gold-plated, because when I put my hand to grab that cup, I burned 4 of my fingers. And the kind of burn that as soon as you do it, your hand blisters up. My wife grew up on a farm in Colombia, and she tells me about her grandmother's remedy. She gives me a cup of vinegar. We always have, she makes cleaners out of white wine vinegar all the time, her own cleaners and stuff. So stick my hand in, first of all, it hurts, right? It really hurts. The thing is blistered up, immediately it hurts. Put my hand in a cup of vinegar, the sting goes away immediately. You take it out, the sting comes back. So I did this for about an hour. Every time the sting came back, I went to my desk, I went back into the kitchen, put my hand, Then later on in the day, I just sat down on the couch and I had my hand in the cup of vinegar. I didn't really take it out. And what happens when you put your fingers in water too much, they get all wrinkly. Well, I got to tell you, in a couple of hours, there was absolutely no pain at all, right? I couldn't believe it. So now I'm saying, well, tomorrow when the blisters come up in the water and they break, what happens then? Your skin gets raw. The blisters got hard. I didn't miss a day. I mean, I went to the gym. It was amazing. So anybody, if you know about it, okay. But if you don't know about it, it's a great thing. It's a great something I never knew before. So anybody, keep vinegar in your house. Anybody gets burnt, it's great. Okay, now for the funny story of the day. I have a ritual. I do intermittent fasting a lot, so I don't eat till like 11 or 12 o'clock, and I take about 3 or 4 showers a day. I'm always taking showers. If I get sweaty, I like taking a shower. That's me. I'm sorry. So anyway, I'm taking a shower about 11 o'clock, and after I eat, that's usually coincides with the gym. Go to the gym, eat, take a shower. Okay. I also, after I eat, I take my vitamins. I have different vitamins, but I always take K2 and D-oil, and it's drops. So today, same thing, took a shower. I didn't have my glasses on. I reach for the bottle. Now it's drops, right? It's like 3 drops and I'm done. I have my eyes closed, boom. All of a sudden, I feel a liquid in my mouth. I open my eyes. My face is purple. Down my chest is purple. My legs are purple. The sink is purple. The cabinet is purple. Some kind of like thing that my wife puts in her hair. I drank that as my vitamin D. I want to tell you, I wish I would have taken a picture. My whole face was purple, and my tongue was dark purple, and but now it's just light purple, lavender. So that's my funny story for the day. I got to share my life with you. Okay, let's talk about markets. First, we're going to talk about red peppers. Red peppers are still short. Remember I told you if it was regular year, red peppers at the terminal level would be $40, $50. Last week they were $40 or $50. They were that short even after the holiday that they reached that. Now I don't think they'll be $50 this week, but I think $40 is definitely in the cards. Here's my problem. I spoke about this last week. I think that market, people are replenishing their shelves from the holidays, and they may still be pantry. Remember we talked about the top of the market last week with the people that need it. Again, there are no restaurants, so really nobody needs it. I think any market, whether it be red peppers or anything else, when they top out at that price, I think the fall is imminent. My customers, I tell them all, any red peppers you have coming, if you sold them fast, I wouldn't mind. That's just the way I feel. I really feel if the economy's not good, it's not good for us. And I don't think any market, high market, insanely high market, like, red peppers at $50 is sustainable. So that's just my take on it. I'm not saying the market's cheap. Usually it takes to the 15th, which is only a week away, when the volume starts. Okay? Keep that in mind. Go back to the last 5 years. Last year you had the same type of market. $30, $40, and boom, tank. So unless we get another stimulus, more than the 600, or people get back to work, this is going to be it'll be this, as the red peppers will drop, there'll be another market that takes off. Probably the next time I talk about green squash, until it reaches a point that it's not retailable because of, because of high prices, and that'll be the next thing to fall. So, yeah, green squash has been cheap, ridiculously cheap for a long time. Uh, I'm guessing that we're just switching sections because this is about the right time. You go from northern Mexico to southern Mexico, so and demand was really up. And again, when stuff was cheap, I'm sure that if people retailed it the right way, you pick up demand. So that's my take there. That market's going to be pretty good. It started out the week around $6, and ended up the week 10 to 12 on fancy green squash. So there you go. There, green peppers. A little bit. Last week they worked pretty well. A little bit more out of the south. So that market I think is going to stay about steady. But again, I'm a demand guy, and unless I see demand, I just don't think any high markets are sustainable. Cukes, a little bit better on the cukes, but they were so cheap. They were $6 to $8 FOB on supers on the best brands. So now they're trending 8 to 10, and some guys 12. I could see that market settling a little higher, getting off to 6 to 8. Maybe settling to 10 to 12. But again, if demand's not there, we're going to go right back to where we started from. Roma tomatoes. I told you after the holidays, that's $30 Roma tomatoes. Case in point, a little bit more volume. That market has a better chance of being the minimum than it has anything else. The only thing, the caveat there, if you notice the last few times, it hit the minimum and it bounced right off of it. So already you could have bought mediums for the minimum, and $10 for large, extra large. So keep that in mind. Eggplants and other items that's been cheap for a while. I think it's turning around a little bit because, again, excuse me. Again, maybe cheap items are in vogue and people are picking them up, or maybe they're putting them in the box program. I got one of the things that I like about the box program. I'm on a couple of Zoom calls, like weekly Zoom calls, monthly Zoom calls, different produce people, different parts of. And one of the things that brought up, there was a really, a plus for the box program, is maybe you're putting an item in a box that people ordinarily wouldn't eat, which is a plus. But, we could fix that as an industry also. We could get people involved in other items that they're not used to. It just, it takes a little education. When I started selling mangoes, 40 years ago, believe me, I was the gringo that sold mangoes because nobody but Spanish-speaking people knew what a mango was. But now everybody eats mangoes. Again, same thing with kiwis, right? But again, it's all about the marketing. Freight is down a little bit. I told you it takes around to the 15th to get the trucks back to where they belong, and I think this week that'll happen, and freight might. Come down a little bit again. If there's no demand on the buy side, there's not going to be any demand on the truck side. So it all goes hand in hand, and hopefully that's it. I think that's wow. We're coming up on 20 minutes. I hope you guys listen to this, and I'll see you next week. Love you. Love the produce business. Love the comments. Even if you disagree with me, love the comments. You know what I mean? I have a very thick skin, and I learn from everyone. People say it, having the same respect for the CEO, janitors they have for CEO. That has been my life. I've learned more from people that other people didn't pay attention to, and I continue that day. So I'm a constant learner, and I learn from everyone. So if you have an idea, you disagree with me, let me know about it, okay? Love you, love the produce business. See you next week. If I have something to say during the week, I'll say it. Take care. Bye. Let me see my tongue one more time. Bye.